Did Tim Pool just go full retard? Let's find out. 2020, BLM supports a meth addict who loves fentanyl and ODs while in custody with the police. They go full retard. Kill over 30 innocent people while protesting across the nation because some dude decided to try to pass a fake forged dollar bill and OD in front of the cops. Full retard. Tim Pool has just gone full retard. Oh, Austin Metcalf, a high school track member at a meet, was murdered. Yes, murdered in front of all of his teammates. His family was there because another kid who was in the wrong tent, who also brought a knife to school, to a school event. By the way, violation of school policy, and could have been arrested on site had the staff known that he had a knife. Yeah. I dealt with this stuff when I was in high school 25 years ago. Now, granted, some conservatives will make the argument that, well, you used to have shooting clubs and kids would drive to school and have their shotguns in the back windows of the car. Yeah, we're not there anymore. That was when people had, I don't know, self-control, a sense of being part of a group like Americans. And for some reason, we now have half of the nation saying it is racist to consider yourself an American, part of a group, part of a whole. So what exactly happened? Well, we don't know what exactly happened. We do have police reports. We do have eyewitness accounts that the assailant was in the wrong tent at a track meet. And when asked to leave, he then decided to say, "Touch me and see what happens." So who is the aggressor here? The person who was rightfully stating you're in the wrong tent at this track meet. This is for designated area for such and such people, which you are not a part of. And there's two stories, apparently. One is that Metcalf, the person who's dead, grabbed the other kid's backpack and was then stabbed in the chest. The other account is that he grabbed the kid and was then stabbed in the chest. At what point does this sound like self-defense? I had to take a CPL class years ago. It was after cops started being shot and killed in my neighborhood. And I decided it was probably a good idea for me to, I don't know, get a shotgun, get a pistol, get something to where I can at least defend myself against the fucking psychos that are now killing cops. In this situation, at a track meet, this kid who stabbed a fellow student is trying to argue, along with Tim Pool, who also is not very fond of making good life choices in his own account. So he has the audacity to say, I felt like my life was threatened because he was asked to leave a tent at a school function where, yes, there are designated areas. Would he make this argument if he decided that he was going to change in the women's locker room? Y'all can't force me to leave. I'm allowed to be here. I will pull a knife on you if you try to make me leave the women's dressing room. There's designated spaces for certain reasons. And at a track meet, of all places, where another kid is telling you, you're not supposed to be here. This is not the place where you are supposed to be waiting for your event. And then you decide, he threatened my life. I had to kill him. There's no argument here at all, Tim. I don't know who you are playing this towards. And if this is your God honest opinion, you probably shouldn't own the firearms that you have. Yes, I am making that argument. Because you are going to be making poor life decisions in the future with said things if this is your reasoning. The first thing they teach you in a concealed pistol license class is that when the cops arrive after an event, there are a couple things that you need to keep in mind that are going to happen, even if you are justified. Because number one, cops don't know if it's a justified shooting. You could have just murdered somebody and they don't know the difference. One, don't carry a pistol that you are going to refuse to throw on the ground. Yeah, if you are concealed carrying and you decide that you're going to get that gold-plated, pearl-handled, 50 caliber double eagle, and when the cops show up and they're like, throw it on the ground, throw it on the ground, and you're like, I am not going to scratch up my pristine firearm, you done fucked up. You're probably going to get shot. And that's going to be called a justified shooting. So yeah, carry something relatively cheap, relatively reliable, that will save your life in a situation, but that you have no problem tossing away, and you will never see that pistol again. Justified or not, you will not get your gun back. I've heard some people that went to court to actually get their guns back, and they did. However, the tens of thousands of dollars in legal fees and lawyer costs in order to get your gun back, just go buy a new one. I mean, if you have that much sentimental value to something that you're carrying for your self-defense, you might have some other issues that you have to look into. It was precious to me. We had some very intimate moments together. Something ain't right. The other thing, and they repeatedly told us this in the class, once you are arrested, and you will be arrested, do not talk to the cops. You go downtown, they will process you, they will run your fingerprints, you will sit in a cell, they will try to interview you, interrogate, to find out what happened or what they want you to say happened. Because after all, you know, getting an arrest looks better on their record than just putting an innocent person in cuffs and then having to release them later. Not exactly something that moves you towards a promotion. The job of a police officer is to find guilty people that can be easily prosecuted by a prosecuting attorney. And prosecuting attorneys don't like it when they go to court and lose, because that's not good for being reelected. You want to be reelected, you want to have that high count of guilty verdicts. And they will throw in the plea deals too, which I think is total and utter bullshit. No, that didn't go to court. What are you talking about? 99% success rate. Yeah, and you kept people in jail for how many days before they finally agreed to a plea deal? Because the bail was set so high that they couldn't get released anyways, and they were just like, fuck it, I'm already here. So yeah, keep your mouth shut. Do not talk to the cops. The only thing you should be saying, and in some cases it was just written down on a piece of paper, I want my lawyer. So this Metcalf kid, who shouldn't be dead, now has people like Tim Pool, who has gone simple jack in his opinions, his not very well thought out opinions on events that have happened. Do white people have a reason to be pissed off? Yes. This is a double standard. The double standard because we don't go out in the streets, we don't set fire to police cars, we will be shot and or arrested if we acted like the motherfuckers in 2020 who are expressing their free speech. And the gall, the audacity, I don't know what is more insulting. The fact that they tried to deny that certain events that happened in late 2020, where everybody went to certain buildings and filled out a piece of paper, whether those results were false, which I firmly believe that they were, or the notion to state that the majority of the country actually elected people who used campaign contributions to bail out arsonists and possible murderers. Either one is just absolutely fucking disgusting. Tim Pool. Let's focus on Tim Pool for a second. This guy. First of all, I already have issues with him because he's one of these cocky, run-of-the-mouth assholes from Chicago. I've known several guys from Chicago. They're nothing spectacular. They're all the same. They run their mouth. None of them have ever been punched in the face. It's very obvious by the way that they just keep on talking even after, well after they said something where they deserve to get their ass beat. And then when they do get their ass beat, they just run their mouth about how they didn't get their ass beat. No, that wasn't a fair fight. You sucker punched me. You're a son of a bitch. I'll fucking kill you. You're not killing shit, dude. They consistently cheat on their girlfriends. Tim Pool. Yeah, who not only cheated on his girlfriend that he's now married to and has a kid with. No. It was also an employee. And then he tries to write it off as like, well, it was 2020. I mean, HR, that was just kind of like out there in the ether. It wasn't really a thing to be concerned about. Like, there's no lawsuits that could have happened from that. I couldn't have had my life ruined because I didn't know where to put my pee-pee at the time. Yeah. And then recently he fires the majority of his staff. Still don't really know what that was all about. Like all of his famous co-hosts, who a lot of them, his audience liked more than himself. You got Hannah Claire, who went over to the quartering. You've got, what's his name from, he's got his own show. The Polish guy. You know who I'm talking about. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy that was actually a person of color, as they consistently tried to say. Never quite understood that one. But anyways, you have all these co-hosts that are on there. I don't know why the rock star is still there. I have a feeling that has more to do with Tim's personal taste as where he wants things to go, as opposed to like who is actually valuable to his show. And I remember seeing a quote from somebody that, considering Tim has a reputation for firing people who overshadow him. Notice how his his show is kind of run like the Democratic Party. He hires people that he thinks are inferior. And the moment they start to overshadow him in public opinion and how the show is run, they make a valid point counteracting one of the stupid things he said. I don't know, like murdering somebody to track me could be self-defense. The moment that somebody goes over that line, they are gone. And I remember somebody stating, it's not going to be long before Hannah Claire is kicked off the show because she's obviously bright. She does make a lot of like counter arguments that Tim can't really defend against. Her time is limited. And sure enough, she was gone, along with everybody else who was fired. Mass layoffs, if you will. No, is this the end of Tim? No, because there's way too many. Like, Tim may have gone full retard, but he's got so many mentally ill people that watch his show that he'll still be making money from it. He'll still be one of those YouTube personalities that does a couple shows per day, rakes in enough money to pay the bills. That whole notion of like, well, I'll just buy a van and go live down by the river because I don't give a shit. You got a wife and kid now. That whole living in a van thing, unless you're going to go full hippy dippy and believe that nobody, man, there's never self-defense. It's always murder. Every life is precious. You shouldn't just like defending yourself. No, that's an aggression against nature, man. Unless you're going to do that bullshit, you cannot justify that as self-defense. And there's no way that kid is going to be found innocent. If he is, it's due to public pressure, put on a jury. Those nasty tactics that BLM and all those assholes tend to do. We know who you are. We know where you live. So yeah, Tim Pool goes full retard. It was only a matter of time. We kind of knew he was on the spectrum, but good God. Nope. Proved us all wrong. No, he decided that he was just going all in. Happy Jack. Simple Jack. He was self-defense. We have Simple Jack. He's with us now. That'll be next. Tim Pool, like, for some reason visits China and they just keep him. Who would be the Les Grossman in that situation? No, we just let them keep him. And when he dies, our insurance policy kicks in. And you get a G5. I mean, like a G5 airplane? G5. And all the bitches. Yeah. Did he just do this to make the news? Let me know. Let me know what you think about the whole situation. Was it murder? Was it self-defense? If you're claiming it was self-defense, you better have a damn good argument, because I will tear your ass up in the comment section. Do you think Tim Pool got struck in the head, had a skating accident, is getting deballed like Bill Burr from his new wife? What do you think's going on? Let me know. Keep on typing.